Well, listen to this. This is another little tasty tidbit about Wolf. Wolf had a shot of Eddie playing bass, which was a black-bodied, gray-striped bass in that pattern that he has, okay, on his Instagram. And this is what it said underneath it. Jamming with Pop. A few days before recording the first bit of drum tracks on my project. And then his hashtag is FBF. And I don't know what that means. My only guess is father, best friend. I have no idea, but
no, I couldn't even tell you.
I'm not up with the acronyms, but I tell you, Dave, the plot thickens. My Lord, all these little clues. They're all over the place. It's worse than a Cloverfield movie.
Now, all we need is the album to listen to.
Yeah, exactly. So now, another thing that's coming in March is Motley Crue's biopic, The Dirt, on Netflix, March 22nd. Now, you wonder why I bring that up. I bring it up because there is a role of David Lee Roth in it. There is a guy by the name of Christian Gehring, and he appeared in Bones and Aquarius and Modern Family, some TV shows, and he looks like Dave when Dave was young. He's got that great California handsome guy look, and I can imagine with a wig and some snazzy 80s clothes, he will look fantastic. He is going to be playing David Lee Roth in The Dirt, which is the Motley Crue biopic, and there's a guy named Tony Cavallaro. He's from The Duff and the Nickelodeon School of Rock TV show. He's going to play Ozzy Osbourne. So we shall see how much of a role Diamond Dave has, but it's interesting that he's going to be doing that. What do you make of that?
That's going to be one interesting movie, let me tell you.
I can imagine.
So I think that the Dave appearance is only going to be something like
a quick one?
30 like 30, 45 seconds.
Yeah.
If we're lucky.
Right. Absolutely.
But we'll see. At least Dave's got a name check in the movie.
That's true. That is true. And Dave, you and I were having fun just the other night talking about the Louder Sound article on the worst rock albums. And then there's a Louder Sound article on the worst rock albums, and Van Halen 3 was listed on there, which I don't think that's very fair. There's some other albums on there that I like, that they named Motley Crue's Generation Swan, The Who's It's Hard, Billy Idol's Cyberpunk. I like those albums. I don't know why that they're listed like that. However, they did mention Van Halen there as Van Halen 3 as one of the worst rock albums, which I think that's taking it too far. I don't really think that's fair. However,
no, I think that's fair.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
The UltimateClassicRock.com came out with a list of the worst Van Halen songs, one from each album, and they had their list, which I didn't agree with. I really didn't agree with. They had a list that I didn't think was fair. This is how it ran down. They said on Van Halen 1, the worst song is Little Dreamer. And Dave and I were picking ours, okay? And I like to not say worst because I love all the Van Halen albums. However, I look at it this way. If I had to get rid of one, and I had no choice but to get rid of one, which one would I get rid of? Now, they say Little Dreamer. I'm a huge fan of that song. Dave, if you had to get rid of one song of the Van Halen 1, what would it be?
I'd get rid of Little Dreamer, too.
Wow.
Yes, I would.
Wow. I tell you what I'm going to get rid of, and it's going to make you shit your pants. You ready? Ice Cream Man.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Really?
I'll tell you why. Because it's not a Van Halen song.
Oh, that... Oh, come on.
There you go.
That's what you're doing.
Oh, come on, your ass. I am allowed to choose that. All right, so we're moving to number 2. Number 2, this is what Ultimate Classic Rock says. The worst song on Van Halen 2, they say, and I vehemently disagree with this, Woman in Love. And what do you say, Dave?
I almost picked that, but I picked You're No Good instead.
I completely agree with that. And why? It's not a Van Halen song.
Well, that's not why I picked it. I picked it because it's a boring cover.
Okay, yeah, it's a boring cover, and it's not a Van Halen song. And we are on to Women and Children First from 1980. Ultimate Classic Rock says, In a Simple Rhyme. And what do you say, Dave?
I say that's like my favorite song on the album.
It's crazy. I know. It's nuts.
Right? Or
nuts.
maybe Romeo Delight.
Right. That's a good one too. Yeah.
But if I had to pick one, I'd pick Fools.
Oh, well, and I love Fools, but I would go with Tora Tora.
Oh, no. Well, okay. So the rules of the article were no instrumentals.
Oh, that is absolute bullshit.
So
What rules? There's rules on there?
Yeah, they purposely did not pick instrumentals.
Oh, fuck that.
Nah, your choice is invalid. Invalid.
How dare you? You can't do that to me.
No, you can't, because that's not that.
All right, fine. Lost control.
Loss of control.
Loss of
okay.
control.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right. Make you happy, you son of a bitch.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So next one is Fair Warning. Okay. Now we all know Fair Warning is a Van Halen classic, and they say, "Oh, I could literally fly over to Ultimate Classic Rock and smack everybody in the face for this one." They say Sinner Swing. Dave, what do you say?
I say that. I say 1 foot out the door.
And that's what I said. I think the people at the Ultimate Classic Rock should have 1 foot out the door because they deserve that after picking Sinner Swing. Sinner Swing is one of my all-time favorite Van Halen songs, so I think that is way offline. Diver Down. Okay, they pick Dancing in the Street. Dave, what do you stand?
Where have all the good times gone?
Oh, wow. I happen to love that song, and I refuse to pick
It's not
that.
bad. It's just, again, it's an uninspired cover.
Good. Well, I'm going with Happy Trails.
I almost picked that.
Okay.
I almost picked that, but it is a charming way to end the album, so I
Oh,
left it there.
you charming way to end the album. Wow.
But I don't disagree with your choice. I almost picked that one. So.
Okay. All right, so we are on to 1984 and Ultimate Classic Rock, okay? Picked
Yes.
Girl Gone Bad. Where do you stand, Dave?
I'll wait for them to pick another song.
I'll
wait.
I can't believe that. I love that song.
I know you're a fan.
That's right.
A fan.
And I'm upset with you, and I'm also upset with classic rock, but that's okay. It's all it is all according to opinion. My original pick was 1984, but because this is an anal rectal examination, I am now changing it to House of Pain.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
If I had to,
Okay.
you're not going to let me pick 1984, I refuse to touch anything else. So we are on to 5150 from 1986, and Ultimate Classic Rock says, good enough. And what do you say?
That's one of my favorite songs off the album.
I know.
Although I see where they're coming from, because some people, there are some people who don't like that song.
Right.
But I picked Inside.
That was mine as well. If I'm going to get rid of one, it's going to be Inside. And we are on to 1988's OU812. They said Source of Infection. And you say what?
You know, this was a toss-up because I'm not in love with any of the guitar songs on the album, but I ultimately picked Sucker in a Three-Piece.
Okay. Very weak on the lyrics there, so I hear where you're coming from. I am going with one that's going to kick you right in the nuts, Dave. How do you like that?
And it is?
And it's going to, this is repay for I'll Wait. I am going to pick Apolitical Blues.
Oh! You cut me, Dave.
I cut you hard. Oh, there's blood on the floor. All right, and they are going to 1991's For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Oh, this was an absolutely off the chart. This is like almost my favorite song on the album. The Dream Is Over, which is, I think, a fantastic song, one of the best Sammy songs. Dave, what do you say?
Pleasure Dome.
Pleasure Dome. Oh, well, I went with Spanked, your favorite activity.
Which is why I had to leave it on the album.
Oh, you see, that's why you left it on. At least you had reason. You had reason. I always commend a man who has reasons for his actions.
All right. Well, thank you
Okay,
very much.
so we are on to 1995's Balance. And they said, Can't Stop Loving You, the hit off the album. What do you say, Dave?
Not enough.
Not enough. Not enough.
Not
and
enough.
There is not enough.
And you, sir?
Well, you know what I originally picked, and that is Strung Out. However, obviously my hands are tied, and I've been forced to lop off a song. I happen to enjoy this album, but if everybody, wants to get all nitpicky about it, then I'm going to have to choose another one. Hold on, let me see here. I'm looking at the list.
As you look up the track
I can't help it. I what am I going to... Shit, I love them all, man. Let's see.
Come on.
All right.
While we're young,
Aftershock. I got to go with Aftershock.
Okay.
All right, so back on track at Van Halen 3. Now, here is where we all hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and agree. They say, how many say I? What do you say?
I say I.
I say I. It's all how many say I all around. Eddie, stay the fuck away from the mic. Okay, so now this gets interesting. We are on A Different Kind of Truth from 2012. I happen to love that album. They chose Chinatown. What do you think?
I like Chinatown. I went with Tattoo.
You know what? You're unbelievable. You always sing the praises of Tattoo, and now you're lopping it off the album?
No, I didn't say it was a bad song.
Oh.
I said it unfairly gets a bad rap.
Wow.
But it is my least favorite song on the album.
And I'm going to go with The Trouble with Never. Okay?
What?
Yeah, The Trouble with Never. Well, I'm not giving away
No love
Tattoo.
for a Hendrix tribute song?
Look, I'm not talking about the sentiment here. I'm talking about if I have to lose one song. I like this song.
I respect
but
your opinion.
you're putting my head to the grindstone here. You know.
No, I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you. All right.
Yeah. Well, it wraps that up, and we are on to the new Van Halen Jackson 5 mashup. Wow, is this something? It is a mashup of Mean Street and Jackson 5's Dancing Machine, and holy crap, is this good. This is a complete delight, so cool, so much fun, and believe it or not, the damn song works. It's unbelievable. I think it could be released as a single. What do you think, Dave?
I gotta tell you, when I first saw that, I'm like, oh, what? But it works better than it should.
Yeah, it's
really well
unbelievable.
done. The person who put it together really did a really good job.
Unbelievable job.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that a lot.
It's the best Van Halen release in years.
It's the only Van Halen release.
I know, but it's still great. There's also a fun thing. This was sort of a throwback. A short, silent piece of video of Eddie Van Halen playing football on Newport Beach in 1972 came out. Eddie's on the beach shirtless in a light blue shorts, and he's playing touch football with this guy, Yan Velasco, and his brother. When the band was known as Mammoth, they used to practice in Velasco's living room in the early 70s. What did you make of that video, Dave?
That was unbelievable.
Wow, that
was just crazy, man.
Yeah,
that was just
really wild to see that. And it really is it's like looking at the world so long ago. It seemed like it was 1972 and you and I were alive. We were both 2 years old, but I mean, my God, it looked like it was from like 1910, but it was unbelievable. Very cool though to see a young Eddie running around. Unfortunately, we have some bad news that Steve Ripley died, and Steve was the leader of the Tractors. And he died at his Pawnee, Oklahoma home in this month, and he died at the age of 69. He was a young guy. He was the inventor of the stereo guitar, which Ed used on. I think he used it on Top Jimmy, Dave, right? And also, was it Blood and Fire as well?
You are correct, sir.
Yes, and he based Blood and Fire off an instrumental track from 1984, originally titled Ripley. So we say so sorry to Steve's family and our condolences on his passing, and he certainly has a mark in Van Halen history for sure. Now, Sammy, remember old Sammy Hagar, Dave? Old Red Rocker, there he is. He's sitting by that phone going, God damn it, is something wrong with the telephone company? Nobody's calling. So, as Sammy decided to throw a big party for his wife's birthday, Kari, she is 51 years old, and held a big party at Red O Mexican restaurant in California. And listen to this birthday party invitation list, Dave. James Hetfield of Metallica, Trey Cool